Hey there, it's Rob here. We are finally into the chewy middle section of this act, the dream quests. Different environments to explore, a chance to play around with tone a little bit while still staying true to the core world we're building. It's so fun. And I hope you'll be feeling that same excitement with us as we transition this chapter from decadent Celophaeus to the mysterious Enchanted Wood. And speaking of transitions and worlds changing, stick around right after this episode for a trailer from a show that we want to share with y'all. It's called World Gone Wrong. It's a cozy chat show from the end of the world. Two best friends discuss how to survive and how to stay human after our world starts being overwhelmed by monsters and aliens and total breakdowns in the natural world. It's a very different vibe than our show, but like our show, it's a slow burn reveal of a world and the characters. If you could use a cozy Monster of the Week apocalypse in your listening routine, they're out every other Tuesday, and you can meet Jamie and Malik right after this episode. As always, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. Support us on Patreon if you can, and tell a friend about us. Now, on to the Enchanted Wood. Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 3, Chapter 107. That was quite an episode last time. Quite an episode. You wake, as we know, on the morning of the 10th of Kuthona. It's day 30 on the boat. 1 full month, y'all. Congratulations. Mile 264 of the journey. The temperature has dropped again today, and the outskirts of a light storm spawned over the Isle of Terror to the west has sent the highest wind the ship has experienced yet out on the lake. Waves are actively rocking the Starling, and there are even some white caps. Skywind is going to travel under sail today and try to stay ahead of what's coming, maybe outrace it, and try to avoid having to sit it out. Neth, as a month, was fairly calm for you all based on my random weather generator, but it looks like the end of the year might be bringing in some more weather conditions. You're just a couple days out from the mouth of the Glass River now, and soon you're going to start covering more and more distance per day as the currents of the Glass will carry you to Callus Lake in a couple hundred more miles, and then that's where the other two branches of the Selen all converge, and after that you'll be on the Selen proper, basically like being on like the Mississippi, and you'll be helped south along by its significantly stronger currents. You're likely in fact to cover nearly twice as much distance in your second month as we just did in the first. A few quick things I want to handle before turning things over to y'all today. We have to, as we now know, add sanity back into the daily checklist. Dabwick, Dora, and Grip all have 1 point of sanity damage, and Vic has 10. Grip and Vic are both suffering from lesser madnesses, and neither are dormant. The next thing is Dabwick and their seed-born consumption. I was so distracted by Vic's new madness that I completely forgot about it on the day where it was supposed to happen. The day that Vic woke up from his half a year in the Dreamlands should have been the day that Dab started to feel funny and would have needed to make their fortitude save. So it's a little delayed this month, but upon waking this morning and readjusting back to the real world after healing Grip of his, whatever it was, 41 points of damage he took to himself, Dabs would feel, and Vic and Stasi would notice the telltale signs of the incoming charisma damage. Those are rolls we'll make in the evening, but we know that we've established with Vic on a day where they know that's coming, then Vic can use some time during the course of the day to do that treat disease check.
To give you a bonus to your roll.
Great.
And I think that even in the dream world, he would still be like, "Oh yeah, gotta practice this."
What does this day look like? And what does the aftermath of that shit show look like for these 4 people? We know Vic is having the time of his life.
Oh, we fucking nailed that.
We have observed Gripper doing some of that laughing tyrant giggling that we hadn't really seen for quite some time as that Ettercap fight was going along.
I think Dora would approach Stasi and let her know that Grip may have been affected by things in the Dreamland if she has time to speak with him today. And she would seek out Vic and attempt to get him to talk to her for therapy.
Trick him into therapy again?
And I
So the next block of time is when Grip is free and Stasi sleeps. Then when Stasi wakes up, Grip goes to work. And then Grip goes to the Dreamlands.
Well, I could do it.
Or doesn't. You could do it.
I could do that.
You could try to talk Stasi into talking to.
And is the plan to go to the Dreamlands this very night?
Yeah, what is the plan?
Oh, let's do it.
We were on
We're on a
every
roll.
other day thing to try to mitigate some of that feeling of not getting rest.
You certainly have been.
Not knowing how much time we have
Right.
is very troublesome.
I say we go.
If we can wait a day, I could prepare some lesser restorations for
Yes.
anyone who's got some sanity damage.
And also knowing that Dabs
Yeah.
is going to be
Yeah.
feeling ill tonight.
Yeah,
and
I think we
struggling with-
should take the night off
Take this
and
night off?
see to ourselves.
Oh, fine.
No, I think that's for the best.
Yeah. That's for the best. Yeah, you're right.
Everything's golden.
God, this is really challenging.
Your upbeat attitude is... I don't know what to make of that.
Oh, man, feel that breeze. It's so
No, it
good.
feels great. I understand. It feels...
As the ship is rocking.
Yeah. Oh, this is wild.
Then Dora and Stasi will confer about a
Yeah.
plan to attempt to help these two. Whereas, Dora might approach Grip and ask Stasi to approach Vic.
This is also, I mean, if the plan today is to hunker down, rest up, Dora conceivably could spend the morning with Grip and the afternoon with Vic if you want. And then Stasi could maybe chat with Dabs after their work shift. All right, so chill day on the ship, lots of chatting.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see... we'll get to your profession sailor role in a second, Robert, which is going to be debilitated a little bit by your lesser madness. Let's roll up the...
Unless it gets cured in my morning therapy session. Because I've only got the 1 point.
Don't say stuff like that. It's still a DC 15 check for me.
I don't know what dormancy looks like for this one. Oh, if you get to dormancy, there is no crunch penalty. So yeah, all right, let's roll that up. Let's have Katie give me an intelligence check for Dora here for the morning block.
19.
Very good. So Gripper is dormant by the time we get to midday at noon here. Not sane, not cured, but able to sort of keep his shit together and parse the difference between the feeling, the way his body feels and the way his mind works in the dream and in the real world. Dabs. Typical spells, I'm assuming, for the day. Is Dabs prepping anything for later on that I should be aware of?
For the afternoon, Dabs should be preparing multiple lesser restorations in preparation for whatever happens.
Did you have any scries or anything like that left over from yesterday's preps?
No, yesterday's preps were all about where we were going for the dream excursion. So this would be a new prep. For
You can only do one per person per day, right?
When it comes
For
to
lesser restoration.
for lesser restoration for sanity, yes.
Right. Oh, but you want to do more in case you get the removed disease. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
And you have
it-
that Pearl of Power, too, I think, for second level.
That's
which
right.
gives you one more.
Nice. So then in the afternoon, once Dabs is taking finishes their shift and probably is actually, I'm guessing, kind of actually heading downstairs and not feeling so great and just kind of resting up. As Grip gets to work, we'll roll that in a bit here. What is Dora's approach to Vic?
She finds him wherever he is.
I think that he's again like out on the deck of the ship, enjoying the feeling of like the motion of the ship and the activity and looking at the water and
Waves are crashing and it's all
Yeah.
exciting.
it's all
She joins
everything
him
looks
there.
so alive and
Yeah.
wild.
She's probably found a shawl or something.
Yes.
Wrap around. It's brisk, isn't it? It feels good.
It does feel good.
Invigorating.
Yeah.
You know, I've just spent time talking to Grip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm a little worried about him.
Oh, worried about Grip.
Yeah.
And in his head, he's thinking, this dream figment is worried about another dream figment.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Did you notice him giggling?
He does that sometimes.
Well, he does it for a reason, though. When he's not feeling well.
People giggle when they don't feel well.
Well, he does.
He is a little stoic, I'll give you that.
I mean, what we saw out there was pretty intense.
Oh yeah, it was wild.
What did you think of it?
Oh, it was wild.
Wild in what way?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there's wild like funny, or wild like amusing. There's wild like very, very frightening. And I wonder what you mean.
How about you?
I thought it was very, very frightening.
Yeah.
It made me want to run away.
Yeah, I could see how you would think that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's something about those foreign creatures with pieces of themselves that are useless, and it's horrific, don't you think?
Pieces of themselves that are useless?
Yes, that arm they had coming off their chests, just hanging there pointlessly. Why would anyone create anything like that? Why would anyone dream anything like that? Why does something like that exist?
I don't know. And Vic is kind of like tapping his chest, like trying to see if he could have like an extra arm.
It that fails. He does not grow an extra arm, Johnny, but he probably tries pretty hard, though, doesn't he?
he's
He's got to test the limits of the dream, right?
absolutely, yeah.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, why were you tapping your chest like that?
This is boring. You're not anywhere near as much fun as YK.
She would keep trying different tactics. She would ask him about the journal in his dream, and she would ask him about why he isn't crafting out here, or like what about this landscape or this weather, this storm that he finds so captivating.
And when you ask about the dream and the writing stuff down and stuff, he's like, well, to be honest, because none of this matters.
None of it matters.
No, this is a dream. You're not real.
I'm not real.
No, you're not real. I mean, I hate to break
so
it to you.
interesting, because I feel very real.
Well, you would. You're
I
in my
would.
dream.
This is your dream.
Yeah.
And we're all players in it.
Yeah. Oh, you got it now.
So you know what I'm going to say.
I do.
What is it?
Say it with me now. 3, 2, 1. You did say what I thought you were going to say.
Well, if it's your dream, then of course I did.
Oh, this is cool. I wonder if I can get you to like jump up and down.
Go ahead and try.
So we spend the afternoon engaged with trying to get Vic to try to control you
Yeah.
and reality around him.
Yeah.
And because he's so certain
Yeah.
that he can, I can see him engaging with that for a while.
Absolutely.
And Dora
Yeah.
would continue to probe it, like, how do you know you're not just adjusting what you think you wanted to do to suit what happened?
Right.
How do you tell that?
Okay, all right.
I love it.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Fun.
Give me a check for Dora, and then also give me one for Stasi for Dabwick.
Here's Dora. She fails. For 13.
Oh no.
Well, you want to use an action point?
Yeah, because she doesn't want to do this every day.
I can't keep doing this.
Like, it's exhausting. So we make it an 18.
Okay, all right. So 5 points back to Vic, bringing
Also
him down to
paying
5.
back the action point that Dabwick used on me the other day to save my charisma. So
Aw. Friends helping
paying
friends.
it forward, rather.
So Stasi sits down with Dabs as they're sort of huddled below decks, just trying to crest out this wave of fever and nausea that is sprung upon them from the seed-borne consumption.
17
Very good. So
for 5.
Deb is back down to 0.
So Dora needs restoration. If you have one.
Yes.
I don't know why Stasi is telling you that. But there you go.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Let's see what Grip's Day with the... What are we doing today? Oh, we're working on sail work.
Sail work,
mending.
and so it's my normal, like that's gone. So it's
Like
my
my
normal.
favorite part of the day now. I don't know why.
Just to see what happens, because it's always good.
This is 17.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
17 on the sails.
Yeah, and I think that's that, like, recentering yourself back in this work, this activity is sort of grounding you back down to a place of...
There's very few big spiders when I do this, and I like it very much for that.
Almost like the game is telling Grip to retire. Do something else for a while.
Well, there's also like the thing when you're working on something where you have to focus on it so much that everything else like drops away.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think it's playing very well into the idea of him leaning more into the monk side
Yes.
of Brawler as opposed to the fighter side of Brawler. And he's finding solace in these simple, repetitive tasks that are helping and not hurting. He
Yeah.
kind of digs it.
I love that story. I love
Yeah,
that story.
I really like that a lot.
So, Dabs does their meditation. And then, just as they're finishing that up, is when they start to feel real effing crappy. Vic was able to spend a little bit of time during the course of the day to tend to the signs of disease. Why don't you give me that heal check there, Johnny?
All right. Oh, 32.
That is actually a success. And as we now know, the DC's 27.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. So, Paul, you're going to make a fortitude save here. And you get to add 4 thanks to the treat disease. DC 27, we know.
So 13 on the die, plus 8, plus 4. With an action point. Terror point.
Yeah.
Bowel churning
Yeah.
fear point.
Plus 6.
All right. Very well. So this month, Dabs is able to fight off the charisma damage from the seed that is growing inside their head. You got some lesser restoration to share with Dora there, is that right?
That's right.
Very good. So Dora is cured of her point of sanity damage. So now all is where it should be. Everyone's got 0 and Vic's got a bunch.
Can I reduce any of Vic's sanity damage with a lesser restoration? Would you allow me?
Oh yeah, you want to give me some? I'll drink anything you want to give me. Sure.
It's not a drink. It's a spell. Can I cast a spell on you?
You can cast away, my friend.
Boom.
All right, roll that up. 1d2.
1.
Very good. All right.
The fact that we don't actually get like a break going from the dreamland into the real day of like a reset of sleep always messes with my brain.
Yeah, I mean, because you think about like when you sleep at night, part of the experience of knowing that you've rested is that you have the experience of your consciousness winding down and your consciousness kind of winding back up. And maybe if you get up in the middle of the night of being aware, I have been sleeping. But because when you use this ritual, it goes right from, I am doing this very scary thing that is causing me physical pain, and now and then you're right there in the dream, and then when you close your eyes to try to wake up out of the dreamlands, you're just right back in your body wide awake, and you never had the experience of feeling like I am sleeping. Even though your physical body is not fatigued, the brain's just...
That's why I think it's so important that we do it every other night.
Right.
Doing it every night, to me, sounds like a path to insanity.
Gesturing towards Johnny, what could possibly go wrong? So we sleep overnight and, of course, are plagued by the dreams that we share with our foul god, Jamin Dor. which is again this thing that Vic would be thinking he shouldn't be experiencing here if this is the dream.
Because I didn't experience it for 6 months.
Exactly. So waking up that next day on the 11th of Kuthona, day 31 of our voyage, mile 276, Vic is coming out of sleep that should have been restful dream sleep, but instead it was again haunted by Jean Mandor. So something's either changing in the dream or something's happening there.
And I think that Vic immediately seeks out Dora. I know this is a dream, but it's changed And are we around anybody? I think even in the dream, he still doesn't feel right about saying the name out loud.
If this thing's happening first thing in the morning, I think it would be, Dabs would be getting up to go to work, but it would just be your pals around.
Stassi's going out to have a smoke.
Yeah,
Stassi's smoking.
He would make sure that there's nobody around, but he's like,
easily done, yeah.
I'm now having the dreams of Jean Mandor.
In the dream.
In the dream.
Isn't that fascinating?
No, it's not fascinating. It's really fucking bad, is what it is. It's not fascinating at all.
Let's examine it.
No, I don't want. I want it to stop.
All
I
right.
needed to stop.
How do you think you can stop it?
I don't know. I mean, the fact that Jean Mandor is now infected my dreams and the.
Could you
I don't
wake
know.
up?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to wake up. And I take out my potion of Mage's Assistant and I drink it.
Dora watches it go God, I know this is therapeutically helpful, but oh, fuck.
Okay. Got it. And literally for the next hour, he's going to be trying to wake up. Wake up.
Great.
Wake up.
And then Dora's going to help him through this process as best she can.
Yeah.
First part of the day, go ahead and roll up some therapy there. Oh, this is funny.
11.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use an action point
No.
since there's not much guarantee of success with it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very troubled, freaked out day on Vic's part as he's struggling with this change into circumstances that he cannot process and he's scared about.
Since it's a new day, could Dabs... it's a new day. It's not a new spell prep day for Dabs.
Right.
But could Dabs use one of last night's prepped lesser restorations on
Yeah,
Vic
if
today?
they still have any left.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was prepared enough.
Yeah.
But then wouldn't be able to do it tonight.
So yes, this is actually probably the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
All right, so let's roll one up for Vic there. 1d2 from Dabs.
Hey, 2 points.
Oh, nice. So this day passes along. Are we planning going to the Dreamlands tonight? Is that the plan?
so.
I think so, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And is the plan to go to the Enchanted Wood? Is that still the
Yes.
plan?
Yes.
All right, so
Because we've beat a Zoog before.
Right. How much
We were
different could
first
it
level.
be?
Paul, why don't you take a look, take a moment here with your spell prep, make sure you're where you want to sit while Robert rolls his sailor check. It's a sailor life for
Oh, that's a 2 on the die for a 6.
For a 6.
That might be the first failed roll. So this is a bad day at work for the old gripper.
And you're working with Reuben now. And so I think it's another tense day with Reuben where part of this fussling around with the tiny little needles working on the sewing is just not going great for Grip today.
Like it's been, I think we were using larger needles earlier, and now we're more fine point work, so it's a much smaller needle, and it's just fucking hard.
Everybody in the cabin there frustrated with each other. You and Reuben frustrated with each other. Gosa, who tries to mind her own business, frustrated that her husband is being frustrated by what's happening with you. Harlar's just talking nonstop about stories, and it's a little distracting because...
Just let me fucking shut up. Let me fucking do the thing.
testy inside the cabin this day. Paul, are you ready to go, or do you have any questions you want to ask the group?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. After Dabs is prepped, after the sun has set, on the 11th of Kuthona, we gather below decks on the sullen Starling, sit in our circle, and again begin the ritual. Let's start making those checks, Katie. You got a +5 to these rolls.
Arcana.
Let's start with Arcana.
26.
Oh, Attention is fraying a little bit, but success. Another Arcana.
35,
Very good. Switch over to planes here.
28.
All right. For 50 minutes, Dora encants, and at the end, as this staircase tumbles out of her hands, bam, slams on the floor of the hold, the staircase appears, and this time it is a glowing, vibrant cobalt blue, and it's radiating a bunch of light off of it, almost as though it was like a gemstone refracting sunlight. So there's actually, instead of like a black, empty pit of darkness that you have to descend, there's almost this warm, inviting, like feeling of staring down into a sunny sky.
It's just a fairy tale. It's an Enchanted Wood. What am I worried about?
How insane could it be? Stepping down the stairs.
Yeah.
You descend. And after the period of time that you spend descending the stairs, walking the dead roads between worlds, something sticks with you from this stretch of time you must not remember, never remember, or at least something sticks with Grip, Dora, and Vic. It's the sound of a bell. That bell, again. It's faint, it's distant, but it's growing closer, and with it, a vision lingers in your minds. It's thin, it's wispy, so ephemeral, but you all see it. This excruciatingly painful image in slow motion of a long, sharp needle piercing an eyeball. And then, shoo! You materialize, standing on the nearly 30-foot wide branch of a super colossal oak tree in a primeval forest of gargantuan, otherworldly proportions. Or did you simply materialize? No. When you think back, you can almost remember traveling by boat up the Akranos River from the Garden Lands, and then the long march through the haze and the hummingbirds, and the 10-foot tall grasses to the edge of the wood, and the dangerous climb up into the canopy. Right? That's how it must have happened. Because you're standing here now, about halfway up a tree that must be over 500 feet tall. How do you appear?
Dora's in trousers, now safari gear, basically, with netting around her head.
Yes.
And layers so that if it gets hot, she can remove, and if it gets cold, she can add. That's basically.
And the Gripper?
Grip, I think, is like he remembers the notes from the last time we were here, where it said that Riptusk dealt the killing blows to this mated pair. So I think he's very much dressed in hunter garb, like forest hunter garb. So
like greens and camo-y.
Camouflage and pith helmet, and then jungle camo, like very much jungle Grip.
You're like the Rock in Jumanji.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The scimitar is shaped like a machete now, like a jungle machete.
Yeah. And Vic.
Because every time we do this ritual, Vic is hoping that he's going to show back up outside of the caravanserai. He keeps hoping that he's going to be there, so he's
actually,
even though we're using the password.
Yeah, that he's gonna wake up
next to YK.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he comes to, and he's wearing the same stuff that he had on. You know, he might have maybe one of YK's part of his yellow thing still on somehow, like as a scarf or something like that, but wearing the same clothes that he's been wearing for 6 months now. His hair and beard are looking really ratty. You know, he's looking rough.
Yeah, he's reflecting his inner state there.
Yeah.
And what the heck's going on with Dabwick this time?
I can't wait.
Actually, I believe Dabwick arrives as Dabwick and then changes to Gripply form.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're back to frog form. Frogwick.
Frogwick.
Ribbitwick.
Ribbitwick.
So you are high above the ground in the noble summits, rich in verdure and life. It's a bright, serene day here. Blue sky when you can see it. Placid sunshine when it pierces the veil of leaves. Soft southern gales. The vegetation is all mature with vigor. All is green, all is flowery. This great giant elm, ash, and oak trees exploding with majestic life. Plants spring up profusely in the recesses of these giant trees. Unnumbered varieties of moss fills the hollows of their bark. Their pale gold gleams in the shadowy spots like scatterings of sweet luster. The bark of this tree upon which you stand is deeply gnarled, thick, and it's all covered with this fungus that glows a weird eldritch green. So even when the massive branches above and the 10-foot long leaves shield the sky from view, still in these dark patches there is an environment like twilight, like a green twilight from the glowing vegetation all around. And there are voices or noises all around, huge creaks and groans of these monstrous trees that feel like a low, raspy voice. Screams and cries of birds and insects and cats all around. None visible to the eye. In fact, the vista in which you arrive feels strangely void of animal life at first by eye, but from the sounds, you know that there must be animals and insects everywhere, and it sounds like the birds are speaking to one another. That when the cats meow, they're speaking in a language you could almost understand, and the insects, it's like a distant buzzing of conversation. Noises and voices all around you, and definitely none of these trees or insects or birds or cats are whispering to you to leap from the tree. No, definitely nobody is doing nor is the wind. It's not really asking you to jump. It's warm and humid here. It's quite a jarring switch from the cold hold of the starling. Let me take you to a map.
Before we go anywhere, I could take a minute just to get a lay of the land, so to speak.
Yes, please. We'll be relying on you, I think, a great deal on this mission. I'll just sit here and cast Mage Armor while you do that.
Dabwick takes a handful of crumbly, barky soil from the...
No soil, just bark. You're on a...
crumbly bark, then.
Yes.
And brings it up to their mouth, sniffs it, tastes it on the tip of their tongue, drops it, watches it fall.
Watches it fall 200 feet to the ground below.
And see what the wind does, if the wind takes any of it, if there's a breeze or anything.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Looks over the side, looks up at the sky. Takes another deep breath and a long exhale. Okay.
What have you cast?
Lay of the Land gives an instant familiarity to the area.
What the fuck?
Gives you an insight bonus equal to your caster level on knowledge geography checks as if you were trained, and survival checks to avoid getting lost as long as you remain in the affected area.
Oh, wow.
And the affected area is, let's see here.
How many miles per level?
Is it one of those?
It is. It's
Amazing.
1 mile per 2 caster levels. So
Amazing.
that's 3 mile radius.
Oh, so it's like you have this amazing understanding imparted
Empathy.
to you. Yeah, it's like soil empathy as this crusty bits of bark travels through the air for 3 miles all around you, touches the soil below, touches the trees, and then eventually the birds and the insects and the moss and the glowing fungus.
That's very cool.
Dora would like to contemplate what she knows about Zoogs.
Yes, indeed. What Dora remembers is that, remember the one that you first met, when it opens its eyes, it casts out these big cones of red light. that detects magical auras. They use that to see and read magical auras. That's just something they have continuously. That's just how their eyes work. You remember, I think you got this near the end of that episode, that their natural attacks strike incorporeal creatures as if they were ghost touch weapons. Because as a species, they're kind of like, they have this propensity to find the cracks between dimensions and dive into them. You know that they have the ability to speak with animals. You witnessed that with them and those rats. And let's see.
Do you want a planes check?
I think you already figured everything out about them. I'm seeing if there's anything that you missed before. You would remember that their bite attack does cause bleed damage.
I was sort of wondering, like, more about their culture and how they might be bargained or palavered with. The other party sought their help
Yes.
and cooperation.
I would take a planes check from both of you two. Go ahead and roll that up.
Palavered is a great word.
I just love it.
That is a great word.
35.
Okay.
And Vic looks absolutely crestfallen. He just looks so...
That we're here.
Yeah. Fuck.
Last time it was like, oh, how fun, another distraction. And now it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
is
shit.
never
I'm
ending.
trapped in a cycle here. Did you beat that 35 there, Johnny?
No, but I got close. I got a 29.
Okay. I think the two of you would dredge up tales from your memory that the Zoogs here, to use the word cuddly and friendly, might not be the exact words.
But more that than they were.
Right. Like you would expect them here to be actually, you know, that awful one in the boiler room was like nearly hairless, and it freaked Johnny out because it looked like a possum. But you expect the ones here to be actually more fur covered, a little more sort of anime eyes, than that they have.
Not starving. And
No, right. That they actually
This
have.
is their community.
Yes, they have. They live here. They are one of the predominant societies.
Do we know where they are on the food chain?
Well, okay. They are high in the order of intelligence and culture and way at the bottom of the food chain.
Okay.
So they
That's-
eat cats, and almost everything else here eats them.
Wow.
So they live lives that are you know, they're a little scary for them because they have to eat a lot of
But they-
feline flesh.
They bonded with the other party to take down the Pards.
Oh, we haven't really talked about the Pards.
Yeah,
and I think
that's my next check.
Yeah, no, that's this. I can roll that into this
Okay.
too. So, the Pards, they may be the only ones of their kind. Like they may be the Pards of the Enchanted Forest.
Endangered species is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Great.
They're 30-foot long, cheetah-like felines with brightly colored blue and purple coats, which can be solid colored or patterned with stripes and spots.
I'm sorry, did you say 30-foot long?
I did. And get this, Johnny. They can partially phase themselves, and the way they kill their prey is by charging through them, lighting their inside of their bodies on fire.
Oh my God.
So they do the Flash to you, or like the first
From
episode
The
of The Boys.
Boys, yeah.
So they run through you, combusting
Leaving your
you
hands
internally.
in your boyfriend.
And the Zoogs eat these things?
Well, so Zoogs eat house cat-sized cats, but then they are prey for larger cats.
Gotcha.
You mean like the cats that we just were with at the ballroom?
Yeah, they would eat like, you know, what you would think of as a house cat. In fact, everybody can make some perception checks because you do hear the sound of mewing. Dora,
18.
Gripper,
23.
Vic.
17.
Okay, he's distracted. And Dabs.
32.
Okay. To the map.
Wow. Fascinating.
Everybody there?
Mm-hmm.
So again, these tree branches are like 30 feet wide. These trees are gargantuan. And as you parse this map that you're standing on, the branch that's like right below where you are, is that clear where?
Yep.
That's 40 feet down. The one over here that Johnny was looking at, probably like somewhere around like 60 to 80 feet down. This one over here is 40 feet up above you. So the distances here are vast.
Yeah.
Now, you all easily spot the normal-sized tawny house cat sitting on the branch about, what is it? It's like 50 or 60 feet away from you. It looks like it has its front paw caught in a gap between segments of bark, and it's kind of mewing and can't escape. You all see that. That's very obvious to see and hear. Dabs, looking over the south side of this branch, down here. Everybody see where I'm pinging? Mm-hmm. So there's another big branch about 40 feet below, covered with this glowing green fungus. Dabs, you see there appears to be about 20 or 30 Zoogs hiding inside the fungus. They definitely think they're hidden very, very well, and they are, except when somebody rolls whatever we call 32. So you see them. They probably would expect not to be seen. They seem a little nervous.
Because of the cat?
And just to remind everybody what the Zoogs look like, sort of a possum-y shaped kind of body, but these are fuzzy. These are fuzzy and kind of cute. These big, luminous eyes. Most of them have their eyes closed because, you know, they give off this red light. A long rat's tail, sort of human-like hands, and then their face has this mole-like nose with a whole bunch of tentacles sticking out from it. But again, not that Dabs saw the starving evil one. It looks a little more cute than freaky.
Dabs, I think you would know that both Vic and Dora speak Zoog
Aklo.
language.
Yeah.
And I love that Grip got this. This is so fun. I'm going to put this on the map. So, you see that little X I threw on the map there? Like 15 feet to the west of Grip.
Oh, yes.
In this otherwise completely natural environment, Grip, you catch a little glint of metal, probably from a stray ray of sunlight filtering down through the 10-foot long leaves, and you see what looks like a small needle or something sitting on the ground there between two jutting out bits of bark, and it catches your eye just because there's nothing non-organic to be seen up here. So we've got Zoogs hiding below you. We've got a cat trapped and mewing for help ahead of you. Grip spots this.
Does the needle look like it is poised to stick into something in that square, or does it look like it is to shoot, like it's a needle that would shoot somewhere?
No, it looks discarded.
Oh, okay, so not. Okay,
Yeah, it looks like something left there,
gotcha.
dropped.
Okay.
But also, you know, Grip doesn't know from traps, so if it is a trap. But, you know, on first glance from 15 feet away, it just looks like, oh, weird, somebody dropped some metal over there.
Okay.
Okay, what's the plan here, folks?
Well, I'll point that out to Vic, knowing that he's much more adept at things like that. It's like, hey, there's a fucking piece of metal over there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, looks like a needle. I'm gonna go help that kitty cat.
Oh, wait one moment. Below us, over there, are Zoogs. And if you would like, remember how I helped Grip with climbing? I could do that for all of us for a limited time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Make it easier for us to maneuver around here. All right, get in close, folks.
Everybody gathers in.
This is awesome.
All right, so there's two spells actually going to happen here. First,
Nice.
Dabwick is going to cast Featherstep Mass
Nice.
on all of us for 10 minutes per level for all of us. We ignore difficult terrain and can take a 5-foot step in difficult terrain.
Perfect.
Oh, man.
Because the next thing, of course, I was going to mention is all those squares covered in green fungus on this map are difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain.
So we're good with that. And then Spider Climb Communal.
Oh my god.
Wow.
For 10 minutes, each of us have Spider Climb.
Nice.
All right, so as
I'm
these
gonna let Dabs take all my turns.
as these giant branches curve off to the side, that fear of if I stand too close to the edge, am I going to have to make a reflex save to stay here or an acrobatics check? No longer a concern. These are now, sticking to these giant tree branches.
The kitty cat looks like a trap.
It sure does look like a
Can't
trap,
think
doesn't
of
it?
anything that looks more like bait than that.
I would also like to cast slate skin on myself.
Done.
Boom.
Fine. And I'll drink a few extracts and stuff
Yeah.
and put on shield and gravity gun.
Perhaps look through the gem before we do anything.
Oh, all right, I'll look through the gem. And he pulls it up and looks through the gem.
I forget about the gem. This is so funny. So, Vic looks through it. Obviously, the cat is not there. It is an illusion. It does not exist to you when you look through the gem. However, the thing obviously creating it, which is invisible, is completely visible to you. So, standing on this branch, 40 feet above the illusionary cat, is a creature of nightmare. Vic sees this towering, monstrous figure, part man, part horse.
Gulp.
10-foot tall humanoid body, lean, muscular, with an equine head, sharp fangs, long forelimbs with long clawed fingers. Its eyes are blazing pits of flame, and its mane seems to be composed of porcupine quills. I've got some art for you. Check this shit out.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my god.
Isn't that great?
It's like a nightmare BoJack Horseman.
Yes, yeah, it kind of is. What do you think, Johnny? Is Vic attempting to disguise the fact that he sees this thing? To quell any reaction to what he sees?
I think that he was looking through the gem of seeing to just assuage Dora's concerns,
Yeah.
and then sees that it's not there, and then catches sight of this thing.
Yeah.
And is like, oh fuck. So I mean, I don't know that he's not making a big deal out of it, kind of thing, but he like looks and stuff, and he's like, all right, I looked through it and stuff. He's like, hold on 1 second, and he's going to drink another extract
Okay.
of see invisibility, and he's going to go, Dora, you look at it now.
Right. Dora holds the gem up to her eye,
You see...
maintains composure as best she can,
Uh-huh.
passes the gem to Grip, points.
When it goes to the third person, and what you all do is look at the cat and then look up, roll initiative.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's in Gripper's hand right now.
Yeah, and I decided to roll a will save for his reaction, and he failed. So he's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yay.
That seems pretty accurate.
That seems right. Okay. Gripper, what'd you get?
10.
And Dabs.
19.
Oh, nice. Vic.
8.
And Dora.
6.
Oh.
Yeah, you're so sad.
Okay. Top of round 1.
Which square is the awful horse thing in?
Here we go.
Oh, it's large.
Yeah, it's a large creature with very, very long arms. So, Dabs, you are the first to react, probably because you're watching Grip react to what he sees, and you can tell that his reaction is immediately, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know that you're in a fight here.
But Dabwick did not take the gem of true seeing and does not have see invisibility.
Yep.
So I think what Dabwick will do is
The general direction of where they've been looking would be very clear. They're
Sure.
clearly looking at where this one branch, like a bridge, goes
Sure.
overhead. But yeah.
Sure. Total defense.
Total defense. It is up.
Oh, God.
Becoming visible to you all. Grip, who's looking through the gem, and Vic, who has see invisibility going, see the thing shake its body while still invisible, letting out a silent scream, trying to remain hidden for this brief moment, then vigorously shakes its mane, and 4 quills come flying out of it, one at each of you.
Fuck that.
It is close to 120 feet away from you. Let's go in order of closeness. Dabwick is at the front of the party here. Natural 1. Next, it's Vic. 24. You have not acted, so this will be your flat-footed armor class.
Then it hits me.
14 points of damage.
Oh!
Gripper. 24.
That's a hit.
13 points of damage. Dora. 20.
Yep.
Oh boy, 14 points of damage to Dora. These devastatingly large quills lance out and
Does it look like his mane is entirely made of these things?
it seems like he's at least got enough of stock of ones this big to do this a few more times, is what it looks like. And then, becoming visible, his eyes blaze with flame, and he howls this insanely wolf-like cry to the sky, which looks so incongruous coming out of this horseman. But it howls, and you hear this cry echo off of all of the trees all around you. Dabwick, who's close to the edge of the branch there, can see all of the Zoogs press themselves even lower into the fungus that they're nestled in below. Grip, you're up. You've got a spine sticking out of your chest there. What do you do? I'll just take this tawny cat off the map.
And he's 40 feet above us.
40 feet above you. As the crow flies, you're probably, let's say, 110 feet away from it.
I suppose I could... No, I can't.
You do have a magic bow.
I do. It's not... I'm sure that's not what at hand.
No, you described your scimitar in hand as a machete.
Yeah, I'm definitely holding the scimitar / machete. I would swap it out, but I just feel like he's gonna come down and try to fuck us up, and then I'm gonna have to switch back.
You want to delay? I guess there's not much point in that, right? He's gonna go.
No, I'm gonna close some distance. I'll just take a double move.
Heading out onto this 30-foot wide branch.
So I think that'll take me
to where the cat had been before I took it off the map. Vic, you're up. You can see Grip racing ahead, machete in hand.
All right, I guess we're doing this. And he is going to... Quick question.
Yeah.
In holding the quill that's in my body, is it the sort of thing where I have to pull it out?
You can tell that it's not like a barbed thing that's going to continue causing you bleeding damage. You can yank it out as a free action and just get it out of your body.
Okay, awesome.
It's not doing some awful every
Great,
round.
I just want to double check.
Yeah.
And then, what do I know about this equine creature?
Give me a knowledge nature check.
I shall do just that.
Nature.
24.
You're loosely aware of these things. You know they're called tick-belongs? So these are malicious hunters of the deep forests and jungles. You know they have a package of spell-like abilities that allow them to create the sight and sounds that will lure explorers off of their determined paths, that they're very fond of separating travelers from their groups and kidnapping them. They can use their magical abilities to make the forest around them confusing to those passing through, so they can probably create terrain effects, make you think that elements of the terrain that aren't there are there, in addition to making you think that creatures that aren't there are there.
Like a cat.
Exactly.
Like a tawny cat.
Or like an entire tree branch. Let's see.
But when we look through the gem of seeing, the tree branches
Yes.
that we saw were
No,
in fact the tree branches that we saw.
They are indeed. Okay. You would know one more thing. You would know that, given that they're like 12-foot tall horses, effectively, they have the trample special ability. They can basically move their speed through and over a bunch of opponents' squares, causing damage to all of them as they go.
Yet another charming creature of the Dreamlands.
All we want are some cat's tails.
All right, I will move. I'm going to move.
Oh, I know what we're doing. We're rescuing these Zoogs from this creature.
And then they're going to help us.
Well, We'll see about that.
It's something to leverage at least.
Yes, Katie, it does indeed look like this luscious, trapped kitten was indeed laid as a trap for this cluster of Zoogs who were just trying to decide.
Should they eat?
You go. You go.
Yeah,
I don't want to go. You go. I don't want to go. You go.
I'm going to move 30 feet and on the way draw Vanity, my
Yep.
alchemical torch,
Mhm.
and as a swift action, narrow my eyes at this Tikbalang, and then I take aim at it, spending a point of grit to increase my touch range.
Johnny, this will be 95 feet. It's 40 feet in the air.
Oh, and I couldn't have gone any further. Do I want to spend 2? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I will spend another point,
2 points of grit.
2 points of grit, to make a shot on it. That is a 28 minus 4 for a 24 touch.
Keeping that.
I am.
Bam, that's a hit.
And that will be for... that would be 12 points, and I'm going to go ahead and spend my studied strike now. For another 10 points of damage, for 22 total.
22 points of damage. And what kind of cartridge is this?
I'm going to go, since we're in a sort of Fey realm, I'm going with cold iron.
Cartridge slams into it, and it does indeed take a shit ton of damage. Seems like it takes the damage that you would expect it to have taken. Just kind of like bams the shoulder back, and then it veers back around and stares down at you. You heard it, but it's got a lot of hit points.
Shocker.
Dora,
And reload is a free action.
Dora, you're up at the end of the round here.
Dora imagines the slamming of a very large book and attempts to put a mental block between this creature and its experience and abilities.
What's the distance on that?
It's medium range, 170 feet.
Yeah,
I
you're
feel
good.
Fairly confident.
All right, so this is a will save, right?
Yes.
Check 30.
That's a pretty good will save.
I've tested its will save, everyone.
And the good news is...
Do not bother.
Did not
And,
waste your time.
She does not say that because she's going to say something else as she scoots backwards
Oh,
to hide along, like to climb around that curve to put some cover between herself and the creature.
because you're
Because
spider
I'm
climbing.
spider climbing.
Oh, like crawling below the horizon of the
Yes.
curve of the branch. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they're pretty far, but she will say in Aklo, "Stay down. It was a trap."
Oh, yes. Creeping over the edge of this branch, dangling upside down, looking at the Zoogs, telling them to stay down, and then peering back up so you've got eyes on the fight. I love it. That's the end of round 1. Top of round 2. Dabs, you are up again. The Tikbalang is visible. It's taken a hefty chunk of damage, doesn't seem too bothered by it. You are now by yourself. This party is spread out.
Davrick's gonna double move closer to the Tikbalang.
Passing Vic.
There we go.
Kind of splitting the distance between Vic and Grip. Grip is now currently out in the front of the party. Tikbalang is up. It waves its long clawed hands in front of its face and then floats into the air and flies through open space,
Do not like.
Nope.
ending up
Heavens.
almost directly above Vic, 40 feet above him, making a beeline towards Dora, very obviously.
Fuck.
Grip, you are up,
Still 40 feet above.
still 40 feet in the air.
Well, if it's just gonna fucking do that, I gotta take the bow out. If I drop the scimitar and draw the bow, can I still get a shot off this turn?
You can.
Okay. That's what I gotta do.
Free action to drop, move action to draw, standard action to fire.
Am I in my regular range, or am I in
What is the range increment on the bow?
70 feet?
You're good. First range increment.
All right, here we go.
Oh, no. 40 feet up. Nope, you're in the second range. So minus 2 on this.
-2. So this is a +7. 13.
All right, so the arrow misses and flies off into the Enchanted Wood. Vic, you're up. You're 40 feet below it.
I will spend a inspiration point, narrowing my eyes at the target that is directly above me and within my 40 feet touch range.
Yes.
And fire away.
I was going to do something else with it. I'm like, it doesn't know the range of your touch incrementing.
I appreciate that you.
I try.
I appreciate that.
When I'm not cheating, I try.
There we go.
That's a 22.
Keeping that?
Yep.
That's a hit.
That is
Shoot it in the hoof.
15 points. And then you know what? I'm going to go ahead and blow my my studied strike on it again.
Yes, throw your resources away, Dream Boy.
Yeah, see?
That was 9 more points, so another 24 points.
Oh my god.
Nice.
It has taken a lot of damage, still not bloodied.
It is not even bothered.
No, it's bothered, but it's not bloodied. You reloading?
And reload is free action.
And you adjusting position at all?
Uh,
You're standing in what would be difficult terrain, but is not at the moment, thanks to Dibs.
yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to follow Dora's idea, the idea that it would have a hard time trying to trample on me if I'm on the side of the branch. But it can fly, so it probably doesn't matter. Whatever it wants to do, it can get to me the next round. So, no, I'm just hanging.
All right, Dora, it is making a beeline towards you,
Yeah,
flying through
Dora
the air like a
casts-
fucking nightmare.
Dora casts invisibility on herself
Ooh.
and then goes underneath the branch.
Thank you, Spider Climb.
So I am there, but underneath.
Understood. Top of round.
And I disappeared before I moved.
Yes, yep.
So he probably has the invisibility going all the time.
So Dabs, you are up. It's now gone closer to where you started last turn, 40 feet in the air above you, and about looks like 20 feet laterally away from you.
Dabwick is going to drop their Darkwood quarterstaff and draw their sling, their +1 sling, and use their sling.
Pew!
Pew!
Oh, so tiny.
So tiny.
And you're in Gripply form, right? So
Yep.
it's still small.
Yep.
Okay.
So roll to 12. That's a 22 to hit.
Keeping it?
Keeping it.
That is a hit.
That's a 5.
5 points of damage. That's a lot of damage for a small sling. It does indeed take all of that.
Thanks, Vic, for the +1 sling.
You're welcome. I mean, you're not real, but you're welcome.
Then it is up. All right. Why would it not? Dora is gone. It's 40 feet above you,
Yep.
Vic. It fucking dive bombs you,
Yep.
and at the end of this charge attack, takes a full attack.
Oh,
It's
shit.
cheating.
It's got the
Pouncing
pounce
charge.
ability.
See, that's the sort of information that I would have liked to have known.
I gotta make a guess every time.
I know.
35. Is that a hit?
Yeah,
my
oddly
God.
enough, the 35 hits me, yeah.
14 points of damage as its horse teeth savage you. Here comes the first claw, the talon-like claw.
And I'm bloodied.
32.
Oh, yeah.
17 points of damage.
Oh.
Second claw.
Uh-oh.
25? Is that a
Miss.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Oh.
How much
Whoa.
damage all day was that?
I'm down to 6 points.
Oh.
In hell.
Oh, he's looking bad, y'all. Grip, you are up. At least it's on the ground now. Or it doesn't have to be on the ground. It's right above Vic's head.
So I can't, not chargeable.
You could reach it, yes.
Yeah.
It's in the square, like right above Vic.
All right, then he's gonna Grip's gonna charge and do an unarmed attack.
Nice.
He's gonna keep the bow in his hand, but he's gonna do an unarmed strike.
Grip goes tearing across the giant tree
That's a
branch.
plus what for the attack? Plus 2. That is a 29
That's a hit.
for 8 points of damage.
Excellent. Takes all that damage. It's definitely bloodied at this point. Vic, you're up. Bleeding out profusely,
man.
covered in savage bite and claw wounds. Blood pouring out of where the spine was ripped out of your chest, maybe taking you back to your memories of getting gored by a unicorn.
Or the star vampire. There's so many options.
So many memories.
Remember this time Vic almost died? Remember this time Vic
Remember
almost
this
died?
one?
From having his chest ripped open.
Oh, God.
This is where I really, really wish
I'm
that
gonna
I
call
didn't
you
think
John
that this was a
Hurt
dream.
next.
Oh, yeah. Would it be great if this was a dream?
Well, that's what I still think it is.
Yeah.
I still think it's a dream and a nightmare and stuff, and not real.
So, you try to wake up?
No, I wouldn't think that I need to wake up from an actual dream.
From this imaginary dream you're dreaming that you're having in the dreamlands.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that this is real.
No, you don't.
And so I wouldn't treat it as if I need to save myself before I die.
Keep fighting? Is that what you think?
I think in this moment he would be like, "Oh, fuck you."
This will be awesome if I take you down now.
Yeah. I don't think it's awesome, but it's also like that thing of like if you've ever had a dream where you're like in a fight or something bad is going down and you can feel yourself losing, but you're still struggling as you're losing kind of thing. Like you just are swinging ineffectually. So I think that's what he would do.
Right, and this maybe the story of this dream is it had to get this low before you...
Before I woke up.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, God, Johnny.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's going to provoke because he doesn't have, there's no way to get far enough away and not provoke. Well,
Because you're spider climbing, you can step to the south and like just around the curve of the branch there.
and I'd be away from it.
You can step 5 feet away from it, yes, that way. You couldn't any other direction, but only because you're spider climbing can you essentially walk off the side of the branch.
Then I will do that. I will step off the side of the branch so that
Yeah.
it cannot attack me.
Yep.
And then I will fire. Again, spending a point of inspiration to make it my study target.
Throw those points away.
That is a 29.
Hit.
And that will be for 14 points, and I'm gonna spend my studied strike again.
Spend it.
It's another 8 points, so that's 22 points of damage.
All right. Vic is blasting holes through this thing, but like the awful nightmare that it is, it just keeps coming.
And then reload as a free action, and there's no place for me to go, and I can't move. Oh, if I had some ability to drop down and not die from the fall, I would totally just, as a free action, let go.
And you're standing sideways on the edge of this branch, and you turn your head to see, do I have anywhere else to go? 200 feet straight down to the ground.
Amazing.
It really has got to feel like a dream.
Oh, yes.
Dory, you're up. You're invisible on the underside of the branch. It didn't seem to come after you, and you are hearing Vic screaming bloody murder.
Okay, here goes.
Oh.
Friends, I'm going to come up over here to where I can see over the horizon of the branch. You see that?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
I'm going to spend an action point
Uh-huh.
to raise my effective caster level by 2.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a Phoenix pool point
Okay.
to cast 5 magic missiles, dealing 1d6 plus 1 each at the creature.
Nice. Still void missiles?
Yep. I got kind of like purple streaks in them
Nice.
now when they're focused. For 21 points of force damage.
All 5 purple and black missiles slam into the creature. Howls in pain, this strangely wolf-like cry. It is still going.
Finish it down.
Top of round 4. Dabs, it's close to the
So
ground.
I'm going to just hit at it with the sling.
Move action to reload it,
Yep.
and then take a shot.
That's a 14 to hit.
You keeping that?
Yes, I'm keeping it.
Okay. It just sort of bounces harmlessly off of it.
Yes.
Ping! Taking a 5-foot step anywhere?
No.
It swings back around and attempts to savage the gripper.
Come on.
35?
Yes.
The bite does... Oh, jeez. 13 points of damage. First claw. Yep. Oh, 18 points of damage. Second claw. Natural 20. Oh, with another natural 20.
No.
Oh no!
Oh. 33 points of damage from the second claw attack. Is Grip still alive?
That took him down to 2 hit points.
2 hit points! All right, Grip, you are up on the edge of death as it's hovering in the air over you, savaging you with bite and claw.
I mean, all there is to do is a flurry of blows for 3 attacks.
Any feats you want to take?
Any
Swift action to take dedicated adversary
Nice.
for a +2/+2. So this is going to be +11 for the first one. 16, I'm guessing, is a miss.
That is a miss.
Second attack, +6. No, not even worth spending anything. That was a 2 on the die. Third attack,
He's weak with blood loss.
no, that's... We haven't determined what a
Nope.
hit is yet, have we? So that's just a fucking 17.
You got action points and you got stamina.
How many
You know what?
stamina can you put?
I can spend as much stamina as I want because that'll come back. I'll spend.
Up to 5, I think, right?
I'll spend 5 to make that a 22.
You keeping it there?
Yeah,
Hit.
for 8 points of damage.
Oh my god, it's still alive. It seems to be sort of hovering on the brink of death almost as much as Grip and Vic are. Vic, you're up, you're standing on the side of this tree branch, watching Grip die, watching yourself die, watching this creature die, but still coming on.
He levels Vanity at this thing and pulls the trigger. He's not spending another point of inspiration. He's rolling the dice this time.
Yep.
Pulls the trigger. And that...
Did you roll a natural 1?
I rolled a natural 1. That's a misfire. Amazing.
The gun misfires.
Which is fucking perfect for what would happen right now.
Oh, standing out in open air over the end of the tree, bleeding, your blood seeping out of you. Do you have actions left that you can use to fix this?
I can fix it. Let me... Okay.
If this thing is allowed to attack either of them, they're both dying.
Yeah, I'm just debating whether or not. I mean, I don't do enough math in my head fast enough to figure if 46 plus 4 full damage is better than half of whatever the fuck Mind Thrust 3 is right now when it inevitably saves. Like, I just don't know. I'm gonna take the thing that definitely hits and does all the damage probably, but that's what I can do.
I think that's probably the right move.
Yeah.
Okay, I think... All right, here's what happens. I spend a grit point to quick clear.
You still have grit left?
I do still. I have 2 left. And reload as a free action and then take a 5-foot step further out and under so that this thing would have to make... It has to make a choice of who it's going to kill.
Right.
It's either going to kill me or it's going to kill Grip, but it's
I
not
know
gonna,
who it's going to pick.
not going to kill...
The one that's not on the bottom of the tree branch, I bet.
So
I
now
think you'll
I'm...
be pleasantly surprised.
Would I be here? Is that fair?
You're one more square down, sure. We'll just leave you there for the moment.
All right.
Dora, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Magic Missile
Love
at the
it.
darkness.
The void missiles strike out into this horrible nightmare creature that almost killed half the party. Slam into it, blasting it out into the sky where it falls 200 feet into a bloody, dead pile at the bottom of the ground. And that's the end of chapter 107. We'll pick up here next time.
What loot does it have?
It left all its loot
I'll
behind.
float down and get it.
Oh my god. 2 hit points.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, JH, the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
Click the tab. Click the skills. Can you find skills?
Stop.
Oh my god. Did you?
Yes. Did you find that? Click the skills. Find the skills. Find the skills.
Are you looking on your sheet?
Are you even in
Have you
Roll20,
tried
bro?
turning it off and turning it on again?
Oh, I didn't mean to click tell me more. God damn it.
Hello, hello. I'm Malik.
I'm Jamie.
And this is World Gone Wrong, where we discuss the unprecedented times we're living through.
Can your manager still schedule you for night shifts after that werewolf bit you?
My ex-boyfriend was replaced by an alien body snatcher, but I think I like him better now.
Who is this dude showing up in everyone's old pictures?
My friend says the sewer alligators are reading maps now.
When did the kudzu start making that humming sound?
We are just your normal millennial roommates processing our feelings about a chaotic world in front of some microphones.
World Gone Wrong, a new fiction podcast from Audacious Machine Creative, creators of Unwell, a Midwestern Gothic mystery. Learn more at audaciousmachinecreative.com.
Find World Gone Wrong in all the regular places you find podcasts.
I love you so much. I mean, you could, up the energy a little
You
bit.
could up the energy.
I actually don't take notes.
That was good.
I'm just kidding. You sounded great.
So did you.